to a question from Rural Australians for Refugees in Castlemaine. They're a grassroots volunteer-led community group who are united in supporting a compassionate approach towards refugees and people seeking asylum. In 2014, Mount Alexander Shire made a statement of commitment to being a refugee welcome zone. Council, in conjunction with Rural Australian for Refugees Castlemaine and Loddon Campaspe Multicultural Services, developed an action plan for the years 2018 to 2021. Would you support restating the commitment, declaring Mount Alexander Shire a refugee welcome zone, and advocate for a review of the action plan? So that's a hands up question. Thank you. And the question now that I'd love to hear from some of you is, what would you do to welcome refugees and promote inclusiveness and acceptance of cultural diversity in the Shire? I'm just looking at my tally. We haven't heard from Kerrie and Bill as much as others. If either of you wanted to jump in on that, you're welcome. And who else had their hand up? Quick from Phillip. Okay, thanks, Bill.
The community has many organisations that could participate and welcome the refugees into the community. Rotary is one of them, the Lions Club, CWA, whatever. And as I said earlier, it's an accepting community, it's diverse, so refugees certainly are welcome here.
Thank you. As a country, it's a bit bizarre. We support selling armaments overseas, such as the Weapons Expo that was recently in Melbourne. And then when people are fleeing conflict and arrive unleashed here seeking a refuge, the country sticks them in gulags offshore. I certainly give my acknowledgement to Rural Australians for Refugees. I've worked in refugee camps, there are places. But just to reiterate the final point I was making before, and I disagree with Toby, and my interpretation of the resolution Council adopted was that they have the right not to have to adopt positions, not that they cannot. And I think they certainly can say they're not going to adopt a position on something, but they can. And it's just to repeat that as a Shire, we've got housing issues and whatever, but we're also wealthy. I'd be going to the federal government and saying, we will take refugees from Gaza and also trying to get out of the genocide in Sudan, and we'll give them a safe haven. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think this goes back to another question about inclusivity and diversity and encouraging that. I'm a little bit cautious of these broad statements like we're a diverse and welcoming community. That may overwhelmingly be true, and I hope that's the case, and it's been my experience, but there's a lot of other people who have a lot of different experiences of that that may not experience it as a welcoming community. And I think the training around cultural diversity and inclusion is key to understanding where our blind spots are. And acknowledging that we may have them is the first step in recognising that we may not be inclusive and may have work to do. And I'm sure somewhere we have work to do.
Said, so I'm not going to say anything else. Thank you.